Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to issues 39 all the way up to issue 42 of Build the Iron Man Mark III. So welcome back everyone, and thanks for tuning in for some more Build the Iron Man. So today quite a lot going on. We've got some really nice details coming on with parts of the leg. You see I've got a nice big metal part here which we'll get to. Some really cool details on the flaps. Obviously it helps to stabilize Iron Man when he's flying with like the circuits and whatnot. It looks really cool. Can't wait to show you that. We're going to be getting the ankle and the shin, the shin part of the lower leg connected with the foot to the leg, and just those details. So not as much again like what we did in the last issues, but a little bit more. I think it'll take a little bit longer these videos, but we're going to see something a bit more substantial today. So I can't wait to get started, so let's do it. Let's get cracking. Right, so for issue 39, like I mentioned, we have the left shin guards. It's a very substantial, large and pretty heavy, nice quality metal piece of alloy there. So obviously that's what we need for this section. We've also got a hinge bracket there, an instep protector, which is going to be very important for protecting, you know, like the top of the foot between the toes and the ankle. And also we've got some screws here, so we've got some AM 1.7 times 3mm. So for issue 40, what we're going to need here, we've got on the back of the legs, like I said, there's some stabilizing flaps which lift up to reveal the internal structure. And obviously these are pieces provided with that. So you've got one little plastic part there and one metal part. What you will need, obviously, alongside issue 40 is the foot with the lower leg part there, and also part of the upper left leg we've worked on the thigh. So you can need those parts as well. In terms of screws, you've got some IM 2 times 5mm screws and some EM 1.7 times 4mm. All you need is screwdrivers, and that's it. Okay, so step one, you're going to take obviously the shin guard and also the instep protector. So you'll see at the bottom there, there's a little groove inside. That just sits in there nice and snug. So you're just going to pop that in there. Just try and put it down a bit so you can see a bit more on the camera. I'm going to thread that through over so you can see that's in there now. And you want it to be moving freely. Once you've done that, you're going to take component 39B. And that's going to go over, see there's a screw hole on there, that will actually sit within there, so we can secure that, it will basically just hold it down, the instep protector. And then once you've got that in line, you can secure it with a screw. And you will need an AM screw for that. So let's just grab the screw and secure those two together. So nice and simple. Just 2 steps. So not a great deal to do, but very important nonetheless. So there you go. Let's just move that around there so you can see that there's still movement and it's secured. It's not going to fall off. So that's issue 39, step 1 and 2 complete. Issue 40, joining the thigh, knee and lower leg together. So obviously you need the shin guard there from issue 39, and also the partially assembled upper thigh area. So what we're going to do here, you'll see here on this part of the end, there are 2 screw holes, and that's actually going to connect those up. So let me show you from the inside. Okay, so I had a little bit of an accident there with the camera. The camera fell off. So I'm just going to show you again. So there's 2 screw holes there. This part here, those screw parts will go over there. So lining up. And then once that's on, you're going to secure it with 2 IM screws. So I'm just going to grab my screw now and secure that together. So I can see some real size already now on this leg. It's not even finished and connects to the foot. And it's pretty substantial already, so I'm impressed. Okay, so for the final steps, we're going to be joining the foot to the rest of that leg. So what you're going to do, you'll see here that there's some screw holes on that side there, and they're actually going to come through from this side here and slot in there. So let's just show you a little bit closer on the camera. So screw holes there, they'll literally just slide on there like so. So you can see they've just gone on there. I've done it the wrong way around, I believe. Have I done it the wrong way around? No, that is the right way. Just double checking because I don't want to get this wrong. So it's facing with the heel back, and then to secure those into place, you just want to take 2 of those EM screws. So let's get some screws and secure those in place. So it's a little bit fiddly because you need to hold it all in place whilst you do that. Okay, once you've got all those EM screws in there nice and snug, this is what you're left with. So spin that round, put the cap on the foot, just bring it up there, and there you see we have a lower leg. That is pretty epic. And that's it from the back there on the inside. So this part here, this support frame won't be used until the next issue. So that's issues 39 and 40 complete. Okay, so issues 41 and 42, the final issues that I have in my man cave. So the components we have here, so you can see this section here, this is actually the lower leg, inner leg, sorry, circuit board. We've also got some mechanisms as well. So it's these little plastic parts here. So you've got 4 of those. Then you've got another inner leg mechanism. You've got another one there, slightly different, and also they're all leg mechanisms, but all different types. In terms of the screws, so we've got some IP 107 times 4mm screws, and also some EM. You've got 1.7 times 4mm. So for issue 42, the components you have there. So let me just quickly run by what they are again. So we have the rear leg armour. So that's metal. You've also got a heel pad, and you've also got the heel support plates. In terms of screws, you can see here we've got just one EM 1.7 times 4mm screws, and also these little bits in there, you probably can't see barely, they are little friction discs. Okay, so stage 1, fitting the circuit board. So you're going to need the component 40B from the last issue, and also component 41A. So what we're going to do here, you'll see that the inner circuit board fits into that support structure quite nicely, in from the wide and towards the narrow end where it anchored in a post. So let's just pop that through so you can see, look, it's pretty obvious, self-explanatory. So just pop that over the corresponding area. It's going to click in. Obviously this needs to be secured with some screws, which we're going to get to in a sec. So just pop that in. Okay, so once that's in line, you can see like so, we're just going to put 2 screws at the top, and they are the IP ones. So let's just pop those in, and then we can crack on with the rest of this. Okay, so now that we've got obviously all that part connected up there, we can actually put the circuit board in the leg. So obviously it's quite self-explanatory. You can see the shape of how that's going to go on. So I'm just going to line that up. So there you go, just heard that click. And then once you've done that, we're going to use some EM screws. So you need obviously 3 of those, because there are 3 screw holes dotted around. So 2 at the top and 1 at the bottom. So I'm just going to secure those in there, and then we can move on to the next stage. Okay, so once you've secured those pieces together, that's how it's looking at from behind. So very nice detail there. Obviously still, you know, little parts of it loose. It's not obviously completely complete, but yeah, that's looking good. So now we're going to move on to the last step, which is assembly of the inner leg mechanism. So it's stage 3. And for this, you'll see that at the top there are 4 holes. So these mechanisms here, they just slot into those. So I'm just going to double check the orientation of them. And then all we're going to do is just pop them in one by one. So nice and simple. They can only go in one way as well. So I believe I've got it the right way. And then you do the same with the other mechanisms, because there are some more holes as we go further down. You would just literally pop those in there. Just by the pins. I believe they'll hold themselves in. If they don't, I'll put a tiny bit of super glue in just to hold them down, but I don't think there's any need to do that. So just do the last one. So there's the first 4 there, looking nice. Then you're going to take component 41D next, that's that one. And that goes at the top there. So let's pop that in. Again, they've all got a little pin. So you go, that's slotted there. Then you're going to take component 41C. That's going to go there. You can see the 2 holes there. Just pop that one in, and then last but not least, you'll see there's a raised section here. That's where that longer part's going to go in. So we'll just slide that in, and hopefully we'll be set. And there you have it. That is that issue complete. Let's finish up on the last one, issue 42. Okay, so the final issue for today, issue 42. There's just 3 very quick steps, so let's get started with stage 1, assembly of the heel. So what you'll need is 42B, all the components actually, 42C and 42A. So we're going to do basically this part here, this is component 42C, that's going to sit on there, sorry, in the inside, because it's a flap. So as always, I was tending to overcomplicate it. So you just come from underneath, and then it goes on nicely like that. So you can see there's the flap, and then take obviously, like I mentioned, 42A, and you're going to pop that over. So just within there, there's some screw holes, and this will hold those into place. So it might fall out a few times, but let's get those screws in and hold it all together. So the screws you will need are the EM screws, and you just need 2 of those to hold that down. So let's get some screws. Okay, so once that's all secured, like so, you're now going to move on to step 3, and you're going to need the leg. So spin it around, and you'll see that this is actually going to go over this area here to hold it all into place. So on this side here, there are 2 little screw holes. They need to line up on the corresponding parts here on the plastic and metal framework. And then once you've done that, you're going to need to take some of those invisible washers, or the friction disc shall we call them, and secure it from both sides. So make sure you pop those washers inside. So I'm going to do one side at a time. Try not to lose the friction disc, sorry. Keep calling them washers, don't know why. So I've got the first one there. You need your EM screws for this as well. And you're just going to screw from either side, and that will allow that to move up and down and expose it. So you'll be able to see underneath the detailing, or close it, depending on how you want to have the model at any one time. So if I can just get these screws out, we might get a move on. So fiddly screws. Okay, so let's do the first one, and then I'll show you the completed project after. Okay, so I've got the first one in line, the friction disc is in there, and the screw. So I'm just going to partially screw it so it holds into place, and then flip it around and do the other side, because I don't want it to go out of alignment. Because remember, you can be very careful with these types of things. And these are, I'm sure there's a reason why these are basically see-through, these friction discs, but it does make it very hard to see on my glass working board. Okay, so I've just secured that one on the opposite side, so I'm just going to go back to the other side that was partially done, and then show you the finished project, which is looking very cool. I'm super impressed with this and really happy with my progress. It's nice to finally catch up with everyone else. So there's the final project. As you can see, that clips in and hides it all from that part there. Obviously this part here is still exposed, but then obviously you can lift the flap up and you can see the detail underneath there. So really cool, and that is that issue complete for today. Alright guys and girls, so we are complete. We've managed to work up all the way to issues 42. I'm waiting on the next issues, like I said a couple days ago when I uploaded the last videos. I am expecting them any day now, but fanhome do take their time sometimes. I will have all the way up to issue 46, which I believe are continuing more work on the leg. And apparently there's going to be a free gift, so the third one, which is the power banks, the USB port, which will be handy to charge my camera whilst filming, because it does tend to drain quite quickly. And then the edge more of the left leg, someone did mention about the base, because there is a really nice base for some of the premium subscription members like myself. We can get a really cool base which lights up for the Iron Man to go on, so I definitely recommend if you do subscribe to get that. And we're going to build that as well, so I think that's coming, or parts of it perhaps, but we shall see. But we're closing in now on almost 50, which there's 100 in total. Someone did mention there's like a damaged armour you can get, which takes up to 120. I haven't seen that yet, but if that's the case I might consider it. But nonetheless, let's just show you the finished product for today. There is the left leg. Obviously we've got the foot connected with the ankle to the shin. We've obviously got that protector there. Then let's show you from the back the nice detail. Obviously you can lift up this flap here, expose underneath the circuits, one of the nice details there. It's really cool. I really like this. I'm really impressed, and it's got some good weight on it. It's also quite high already, so you know, it's 6 centimeters tall. He is going to be pretty damn tall. Not as big as my Terminator, but he's going to be substantial, so I better keep him away from my son, because he'll think it's a toy and wreck it. But anyway guys, hope you liked today's video. If you did, as always, please remember to like, comment and subscribe, and until next time, I'll see you all soon.